Hello, my name's Andreas, Eric Andreas. Have you ever heard a song that transported you into the middle of a spy movie or a scorching desert searching for gold, ready to approach a cowboy gang on a deserted main street, or surfing gnarly swells at the Mavericks? Chances are you were listening to spaghetti western or surf music. Spaghetti western style music originated from a film genre of the same name. This music naturally provokes a sense of urgency and heroism and makes you feel like a total badass. And it's why it's so darn fun to play. So let's dive into this genre and I'll show you the elements needed to replicate these iconic themes. Folks, I'm really excited to bring you this lesson today because this is the reason why I play guitar. I can remember as a kid actually listening to Fistful of Dollars, The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, Ecstasy of Gold, and all of those Ennio Morricone soundtracks, right, to all those spaghetti westerns. Following years later, I really was into Adamant, where Marco Perroni played a big fat 5150 just like this guitar, and he had those deep tones, and that continued that whole process for me. So I'm really excited about this because this is my roots. This is what the stuff that made me come to the guitar. So we're going to talk about this today, and I'm going to be using a few different guitars. I'm going to be using the 5150, the Gretsch. I'll be using a Tele, and I'll be using a Les Paul, because what I want you to get out of this lesson is I want you to understand how you can come up with this sound yourself, because I was coming up with it when I was a kid, and I had a cheap-ass PV amp and a cheap-ass PV guitar, and was able to come up with the tone myself. So it has less to do with the guitars. If you own a nice Gretsch, those are always really cool, but I'm going to show you that you really, so much of this has to do with how you play, where you play, that sort of thing, where you play on the guitar. To get these sounds, okay? So, in fact, in no particular order, here are some of the things that make this sound so iconic, and if you're searching for this sound, these are the things we want to keep in mind, okay? What you play is very important. So as opposed to playing, chords, that sort of thing, playing melodies, especially when they're lower on the guitar, you're going to get more of that sound. So where you play has everything to do with this, right? So if I'm playing here, as opposed to here, makes all the difference. So the closer you are to the bridge, the more you're going to get that percussive type sound, okay? Playing on the lower strings, we're used to that sound. That's what we're hearing. Obviously, we have a nice clean tone here. So no overdrive. There's lots of reverb, right? A minimal amount of reverb would sound like this. But in the case of surf guitar and some of the spaghetti western style, you're gonna hear some more reverb there, okay? It sounds very ominous. It doesn't hurt to have a vibrato arm here. Okay, if you don't have that, then obviously you can't incorporate that, and it's another little thing in there that will make it sound a little bit more surf-like, if you will, or spaghetti western. I'm going to use these synonymously from here on out because it's pretty much the same thing, okay? Very, very similar, I should say. So having the vibrato arm is going to be something that's going to help a lot. A lot of these iconic licks that you were hearing and what have you too are baritone guitars. So guitars that are tuned to standard pitch, except they're dropped down. So I should say they're not to standard pitch, but if you played the chords, they would feel the same, but we're talking an instrument with thicker strings, longer neck, lower pitch. Usually the E is a B, okay? So, and everything would follow in suit. So baritone guitars. Also having sometimes a tremolo or a univibe type sound is also gonna help, this sort of sound. Now that's going to be more for spaghetti western than it would be for, say, surf rock. But if that sound right there, and you can hear when we combine all of those things that we're going to get those sounds, okay? So now, I also want to try some other guitars here to show you that truly the things that I just mentioned to you are going to have everything to do with getting this sound, not so much your guitar. So let's try out some other guitars here. All right, this is my 67 Tele, and the pickups on it work just as well as the Gretsch, in my opinion. Again, some of the things that we want to cover is we want to make sure we have a nice clean tone here. No overdrive happening, very clean tone. Right now I'm playing through my Kemper, but really any clean amp will get the job done. This is mimicking a 1959, or at least it's modeled after a 1959 Bassman. And again, that reverb is everything. I'm not using the vibrato, or at least I'm not using the univibe or the tremolo, right? I'm not going to be doing, but we could. Having that clean tone and that reverb is going to help a lot. Again, we're using the lower strings. The most important thing that you want to remember, though, is where it is that you're playing on that string. So important, because I could play this lick, which sounds pretty good. But right here, playing closer to that bridge is going to get you that sound, okay? So we can hear even from this telly that it sounds great. Now, the ultimate test. Can we do it with a humbucker in a Les Paul? Let's see. So there you go, with a Les Paul. Now, starting off playing this, I just had it in a lead position, and it didn't sound so bad. But bringing in both of these pickups now and having everything really on 10, I should say my tone on my treble pickup here is on about a 6. If I opened it up, you're not hearing that much difference. So if everything's on 10 here, you're gonna get a warmer, fuller sound, okay? So even, again, here, but again, the key is bringing that pick all the way back to the bridge. Make sure you've got that reverb sound, and you're playing some sort of iconic lick that's gonna give you those dark tones as opposed to playing chords and that sort of thing. My friends, super easy. Go do this right now. Have fun with this. I promise you, you're going to have a blast. And like I said, as a kid, I was doing it with a cheap amp and a cheap guitar, humbucker pickups. You can do this, all right? Friends, if you like this video, hit thumbs up, hit subscribe, notification bell. All videos, you know the whole enchilada, do all that. Leave your comments below. Please let me know how I can help you. And of course, I've got a free course for you. Of course I do. The very first link below will give you access to the Unstoppable Guitar System Standard, which is my top 30 lessons that I've ever taught. I've had over 500,000 people go through this. I am confident that it will absolutely change the way that you think and play guitar. Take advantage of it now, or come visit me in Nashville. It'll cost well over $1,000 for us to do that personally, or you've got it there for you via that link. Right, my friends, I'm out of here. As always, be kind to all beings, do the right thing, always practice your guitar. I'll see you in the next video.